Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. I'm recording this on the day that the Midnight Navy Jordan 3s dropped on the sneakers app. I knew it wasn't going to be tough to pick up, but I think it's a great looking pair of kicks. If you're into shoes and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Midnight Navy Jordan 3s. And real quick, what I got on feet, the Fire Red Jordan 3s. These have the Nike Air branding on the back, but the color blocking is the same on this pair as the color blocking on the Midnight Navy pair, and that is partly what made me decide to go and grab those shoes. But anyhow, let's get to the kicks at hand. I was happy to see that they stuck with what they've been doing with Jordan 3 boxes. I wish they would do this for every Jordan Retro silhouette. Just match the colors of the box to the shoe. I like these Jordan 3 boxes lately that have the elephant print on the one side and then just the colors of the shoe on the other. And at first, this Jumpman almost looks like it's black. However, that is a navy color, but I always like getting a matching box so that way I don't have to open up the box to see what shoes are in there. I would like to see that continue. The tag reads Air Jordan 3 Retro. The colors are white and midnight navy. I grabbed a size 10.5. That's what I've been grabbing in all my 3s and 4s lately. Retail on this was $200. I did have status rewards to use, so once I applied that to the price, I ended up paying about $190 all in. I'll tell you what, I think these things look great. The older I get, the more I like 3s, and I find that I wear 3s more than 4s now. If you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I would definitely tell you that I preferred 4s and I wore them more. It's not only because of the comfort issue. I really do think that 3s are way more comfortable than 4s. As I get older and my feet get wider, it seems like 4s are one of the most uncomfortable shoes out there. Don't get me wrong, I love the way the 4s look, but 3s are definitely more comfortable, and I'm finding that I just have an easier time styling them. And by an easier time styling them, I just mean I don't have to think about it at all. So getting a pair with this classic color blocking, similar to what is on the Fire Red 3s, in such an easy to wear color combination, just midnight navy, white, and then the elephant print, I didn't even think twice about picking these up. I know that they're sitting, I know that people are going to call them bricks, but that doesn't really make any difference to me whatsoever. I think these look great. I think they'll be really easy to rock. And I was able to look at several different pairs in my size and then pick out which pair I wanted the most. There were some issues with paint and that sort of thing. The biggest QC issue that I saw, which really isn't even an issue to me, is just that the texture of the leather varied from one shoe to the next. But that's not a big deal, and I mean, you'll have that, especially when they use good materials like this. So some of them look like they had a real excessive tumble, and then other pairs look just like this one, where there's definitely a texture on the shoe, but it's not over the top, and some of the parts of the shoe even look like they're pretty smooth. The leather is really soft, and like I said, I just love the classic design of 3s, and they're really easy for me to wear with my style right now. As far as colors go, I mean, you don't even have to think about this. Jeans and a t-shirt, or you can even dress them up. But I just think these will be so easy to throw together with just about any outfit, and I think they'll look great. One of the reasons why I think these are sitting so much is just because we're so close to the holidays. They're $200 for retail. A lot of people just bought Gratitudes. Maybe they bought the Fear 3s, or fill in any shoe in that blank. But a lot of people just don't have the money to be buying every pair of shoes because we're buying Christmas presents and that kind of stuff for everybody. So it doesn't surprise me at all that these are sitting. And I don't think that that is an indicator of how good these shoes are. I just think it's because of what time of the season we're in. The one mistake that I will say I think Jordan Brand made with dropping these this year is just that we already had the Wizards 3s. If I had to pick between the Wizards 3s and this pair, I'm going with the Wizards 3s, and that's for various reasons. One being because Jordan actually played in that shoe, but another reason being that I'm closest to the Wizards out of any NBA team. They were the Bullets when I went and saw them, but as a kid, I would go see the Bullets. Every couple of years, I'd go see a game. At that time, it was like George Murison and Grant Hill and those kinds of people. I always enjoyed going and seeing the Bullets or the Wizards, and usually I would go see them if they were playing the Charlotte Hornets or the Celtics. I saw them play the Celtics a couple of times, and I would just go based on what teams they were playing. But I always liked the Wizards and the Bullets just because they were kind of my home team as a kid. While I'm talking about those Wizards 3s that dropped earlier this year, I just went ahead and grabbed them. Here's a look at those. I will say I prefer the leather of this Midnight Navy 3. I think this is softer and it seems like a more premium material, but overall I like the look of these just because, like I said before, it's a pair that Jordan actually played in after he came out of retirement, and I really like those little accents like the Jumpman on the tongue and then that color down at the base of the eyelets as well. Another thing that I prefer about this shoe is just that darker elephant print. I just think that looks really nice and classy, especially with the darker gray on it compared to this. And it seems like this is pressed in and it's real definitive. However, this doesn't seem like it's pressed in that far at all. Like whenever you feel it and you run your finger over it, you don't even really feel the divots from where that elephant print is like you do on most of the recent Jordan 3s like this one. So like I said, I probably do prefer the Wizards 3s, but these are just as good, and I wouldn't blame anybody for liking these more. And I really do think materials on these are probably a little bit better than what they are on this. But with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and focus on this Midnight Navy pair. Looking at this outsole, I can already imagine people saying, oh, that's a Georgetown 3, or that's the New York Yankees 3, or you could insert any blue, gray, and white team that you think of, but these really do look like Georgetown or Yankees colors to me, so I wouldn't be surprised if people who like those teams go and pick these up for wearing on game day. You do have a classic Jordan 3 tread pattern. It does say Jordan instead of Nike just because this is a new colorway, but we got the pivot point there in the front, and that's in the Midnight Navy color, and then the perimeter has that nice dark gray. Then we've got some white under the midfoot with that Midnight Navy Jordan branding. As we come up to the shoe, we see that we've got some white and Midnight Navy blue painted foam, and I do have to say all of the paint looked really clean on all three pairs that I looked closely at, so that really didn't change my mind at all as to which pair I was going to grab. But you can see that we've got that visible air unit there in the back, and really all the paint around it just looks nice and clean, so I'm real pleased to see that. Another thing that I think they did really well on this pair is just how low the elephant print overlay on the front is. A lot of times there for a while we'd get elephant print that came up real high, and instead of having a nice gradual slope on the toe box, it seemed like the toe box would come up at like a 90-degree angle, and I really like the shape of these. I think they've been getting that right for a little bit now, but I was happy to see that this elephant print is nice and low the way it was back in the day. We've also got some of that elephant print on the back, and just like I said earlier, it doesn't have a real definitive texture from that elephant print being pressed in. It really feels smooth compared to other shoes that have elephant print on them. On the back, we have this plastic feeling heel tab, and that's in a white color, but then we have a Jumpman and Air branding there in Midnight Navy. Then just underneath that elephant print, we have a smooth white leather going around the base of the shoe. Just underneath of that, we've got a really nice feeling white leather, and it is so soft. There's a little bit of texture, but like I said earlier, they didn't overdo it, and I just really like this material. Whenever you press on it, you get nice little ripples and everything, and it just seems like they gave us good material on these, so I'm pleased to see that. Up here by the eye stays, they just gave us little gray accents, and it has the perforations in it like usual. We also have that gray leather with the perforations for the base of the tongue, but sometimes they give us the elephant print up there by the eyelets, and this time it's just a solid gray color. That really doesn't make any difference to me. I don't have a preference whether it's elephant print or if it's a solid color, but that is in a gray color. And then we've got those white plastic eyelets there, and those are surrounded by some blue plastic accents in the bottom and then the top eyelets. Up around the collar, we have more leather that has little perforations in it like we're used to getting, and that is in a midnight navy color, and I think that looks really nice, accented by that gray sock liner that we have. They gave us some white laces in the shoe. It didn't come with any spares, but I wasn't expecting it to. At the top, we have a midnight navy Jumpman embroidered onto there. And like I said, the sock liner is gray, and our insole is navy, and it's got a white Jumpman down on it. But that was a pretty quick look at these. I really think if it was a different time of year, or even a different year, then these wouldn't be sitting around like they are. But like I said, that doesn't mean that it's not a good shoe. They're really nice materials, and you might want to check in store to look at your pair first, because I did see some inconsistencies with like the texture of the leather and that kind of thing. But even that isn't a big deal to me. I think these came out pretty well, and I'm a big fan of them. But let me know what you think of this pair. Let me know if you picked up any pairs lately, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.